G'day, how you going? This is Ian Harris here, your acrylic guru from Australia, and today's a bit of a different episode. We're going to do a painting, but I've got a special guest in here today, and his name's Jordan Ray. Come on over here, Jordan.
Hello.
Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Now, Jordan was approached at school by his art teacher because he loves doing art, but he has the beginner problems, I suppose every beginner has, right?
Yeah.
And his teacher put him onto me, and he says, I sort of know of that guy. So we live in the same city, and he's going to be in my studio today, and I'm going to show him, this is some of Jordan's work he's been doing. He's been doing Bob Ross style. He's just started, and he can do with some tips on how to do it in acrylic, because Bob Ross is an oil painting.
Yeah.
He paints in oils. But I'll show you how to achieve similar style but using acrylic, because that's what you're using.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I use acrylic. Now you can see his skies here and his clouds. So we'll give you've seen a few of my videos,
yeah.
And so I'll teach you my style and you can adopt your ways from there.
Yeah.
Now let's show the people the brushes you've been using. You've showed me the brushes you were using and they are giving you this finish, but I want to show you, I'll just grab their brushes. These are what Jordan was using. He got them from the art shop. He's been painting in with this one and trying to blend with this one. And as you can see, there's a different surface area on those brushes compared to the ones I use to blending. The surface area on the end of that one there, okay? So, I mean, they wouldn't give you the skies that I produce, the way I paint. Every painter is different. So, we'll let you use my brushes today. So we're going to put our painting on a landscape layout instead of upright. And you've got your easel there. And we've got our water, so we can just paint along together, okay, Jordan?
Yeah.
So I'll just move to the side here and we'll get the colours going up the screen like that, and if you want to paint along with this one you can write those colours down and get the same effect that we're having today, alright? I think they're pretty much all gone up there. Alright, so we'll get our palette all prepped up, okay, and I'll have Jordan here with me as well. Now I've got my flowing white paint, my soft body paint with some retarder there, and I'm going to get it onto my brush and we're going to go for French ultramarine blue for the colour of the sky. So we'll get this colour going first onto our brush like this. Alright, so we'll paint our canvas up. Before we do, these are canvas, it's not paper, so we'll give it a bit of a mist of water just so it's not dry.
Yeah.
Now you paint just paint your canvas with all that flowing white paint and retarder. Now how you going there, dear?
I usually just stroke it all.
Yeah, see, I could see, get it in there, hold on to the canvas, hold on to the actual thing and put pressure on it, really load that canvas board up. Grab more paint if you need it. You got enough paint on there?
Yeah.
And then finish it off with long left to right strokes. Now Jordan, you've got your canvas all white, liquid white. Yeah. We're going to grab, let me do mine first and you can see what to do. So we're going to grab our French ultramarine blue.
Yeah. And
just start at the top and just do some crisscrossing like that. And just come down, I call the horizon line the atmosphere, that's just what I call it. Come down and we're getting a blue but pale sky. So do this to your...
How do you crisscross like that? Do you
just crisscross it.
Just like this?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Crisscross it. Or you can put it on any old way,
yeah,
but that's what we've got to
yeah.
blend. So you have a, pick up some of that. Pick up some of the retarder there, in it. Yeah. There you go. Now have a go at your... Hang on a minute. So you...
Doesn't look too bad.
Yeah. Get your brush this way. Hang on to your work. And you can push it on, see?
Ah.
You'll be there for having a day and your retarder's going to dry. You've got a window to work with. So hang on to it and get it on there.
It's kind of like this.
Yeah, whatever. Just get it on there and then we're going to blend it.
Ah. That's better.
Come down more, come down more. I'll start doing mine. Come down right to the bottom because we're going to have water in this, remember?
Might need maybe a bit more blue.
No, you want it very pale. Bring it down to the bottom. Pick up some more blue on your brush if that's what you meant. And get that bottom done, get that down there. Push hard, hang on to it and push hard. So we're just putting some white paint in the middle of the horizon there. We've just done it to yours. Now we're going to grab a blending brush. Here, grab this one and blend. So how you blend, you just start your motor up and you just on and off. Give that a go on your, see how I'm doing there? You're hanging on and you're just blending. It doesn't matter if it's all patchy.
So
now blend it all. Feel it. Use the tip of your brush. Sometimes it's tapping on and off. You see like here, Jordan? Don't try and go fast over your working areas. And if you feel you're picking up a lot of paint, wipe it. Down the bottom. Don't worry so much the bottom because that's going to be our water. Now wipe your brush. You've got this, blend it more, make it soft and sink together with get rid of these brush strokes. Go on, get into it. Now I can see what you're doing.
Yeah,
Stop.
I'm doing something wrong.
You're pushing right on and blending, see how you blended the hell out of it?
Yeah.
It's the tip and it's dancing. If anything, you're dancing and little twirls with the tip. You don't have to be really heavy with it. But once you learn the technique of blending to a style of painting, give it a go. Nice and easy, relax.
Something like this.
That's it. So we're picking up the titanium white. We're just going to get some light aspects into the rivet area, and then we're going to grab our blending brush and just pull them through until they start merging into the water. Play with it. You've got your light and dark areas in the water. That's all you need to do. So press heavy. Yeah, that's it. Just put them on there and start blending them in. Yeah.
Alright then, so this is the blending brush, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, just pull it through, right across the page, all the way across, that's it. And go heavier, because you're not going heavier, heavier. Heavier, not faster, heavier. Now, hang on a minute, see here? Get it right, if you can distort it up and down, and then come all the way across if you need to. But it's a matter of finding that weight, that'll do. You've got some light and dark areas in your lake. Now I've got some white titanium out of the tube onto the palette here and my fan brush, and we're going to sink in some simple clouds. So I think I want something swooping there, just like that. I'm picking up a blending brush, Jordan, and I'm going to whoosh that into the sky. This is just a distant, one of those sweeping clouds. Twist around, not too heavy, not too light. And then we'll put something in front of it. So we got one there, and then we'll put something in the horizon maybe here. Now I like to give it some body, Jordan. Like body means I'm filling up the cloud, I'm pushing it on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've done that. There's the body of my cloud. I want to blend roughly halfway down with the corner of the brush, just tapping, 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 and little twists. You need a rag as you go to wipe up the build-up and twist again, and you've left the top, okay? Now you can tickle the tops very softly, wipe.
To add a bit of fluff.
Yeah, tickle it softly. Now we've done that, we're going to pick up the grey. Then we're going to pick up some of our toning grey onto another brush. And this cloud, we're going to come along the bottom, stamp it up wherever. We've given it some shadow colours, okay? Then we're going to just go to that grey, all right? And we're going to, I'm dabbing on and off, and then the slight twist, okay? And we're distorting that colour grey into that white, okay? There's our cloud. Now to me, that's what I call our two-dimensional cloud. It's got the, okay? Now what we do, we go back to the white brush, and we just sit that grey down with some yumminess. Just like that, all right? And then you're going to just lightly tap that, but leaving some of the highlighter white there, just into that grey, and watch what it does to this cloud. It's sat it down, it's given it a third dimension. Alright, now work out where you want your clouds and just stamp them on
How do
there.
I kind of, like...
Just stamp it on where you want one, okay? Just remember we're going to have a mountain, so don't go too low. Okay.
How does that look?
That looks good. Okay. Now blend that down. Twist, blend, get your brush flat onto the surface. You got it on an angle. Yeah, that's it. Flat onto it. And blend it down into the atmosphere. Wipe your brush as you go. Don't be shy, get right into it. You're very light on your hands there. That's it, yeah. Tickle the tops a bit. Wipe your brush. Okay. Alright, now let's do some toning in there. Okay, just nice and light. Well, not too heavy. Follow the bottom. No, well, stop. What I mean by that, fair enough, you've done it this way, but if anything, you want this to be long ways. But
Yeah.
blend that in anyway.
Where's my brush?
Anyone there. Now blend that into the white. Wipe your brush and blend it so it's not so stark. That's it. Wipe your brush. Now blend that bit, yeah, up there into the white a bit more. That's it, so it's not so stark. That's it. Alright, now you're ready to put the yumminess on there. Just sit that down. That grey down with a bit of yumminess. Just over the greys a little bit. Well, just stamp it, don't rub it.
Something like that.
That'll do. And you want to sort of tap them and sink them down. A little twist if you need it, just to distort the colour so it's not like a line. And there you go, you got a cloud. There you go. Now we can just get you to put one here, alright? Just something about there. Okay, put your next cloud on something. Okay, there you go. Now blend that, Jordan. Wipe your brush, tap it, blend it. Get this blending in the bottom right down into the atmosphere. Feel the sky, feel it, and tickle it. Wipe your brush and tickle the tops a bit. Just give it a light tickle. Get that brush square onto your board, not on an angle. You got it on an angle? That's it. Tickle the tops, don't rub it. That's it. What you've done, you've rubbed the whole lot into one flat cloud now. Blend the bottom down into the atmosphere. Blend it harder. Wash it into that white there. Alright, Jordan, now just put your grey tones in there the way I showed you. Something up there. Just stamp it on. Don't do a big, thick, heavy line. Otherwise, you're going to have a big, thick, heavy line. Now, stop. See what you've done? Yeah. You've just done I'm just showing you. You've just done a thick, heavy. Just like that. Don't have to think. Now, pick up your blending brush and blend that.
Where's my blending brush?
There you go. There's plenty of them down here. Squash that grey into the white. No, not too heavy. The tip, get that tip square onto your canvas. Wipe your brush. Get the top where it's meeting the white, not so harsh, blend it more heavier there. How's that looking? Now look at that in the monitor, doesn't that look like a beautiful cloud?
Oh yeah.
Okay, now put your yumminess on there.
Yumminess.
Okay, so you want to sort of just dance it on, up and down, don't rub it in. Just sort of where this meets. That's it, up away, leave a gap. That's it, come on over here somewhere. Don't have to be too pattern uniform, and probably just a little bit there. Okay. Now what you're doing is you're just going to Soften that back in, but leave some of the harshness there.
Okay, if I can do that.
Go on then, give it a go. Don't be shy. Come back, give us a look what you're doing there. Yeah, that's all right. Lighter and on and off. This is mainly stamping on and off and little twists. Little twists. That's it. Well, stop. Don't overdo it. That's it. Little twists and stamping. That's it. Don't overdo it. Sometimes you can overdo it. There we go.
So what's the next step now?
Well, what we'll do, we've got to blow dry this because we don't need to blend that anymore. We'll blow dry that, and then we can put in the mountain.
Okay.
All right.
So what's the best way to put a mountain on a painting?
Well, in this case, what we can do, we've dried that, so we'll grab a pencil. And you don't want to be too busy with the mountain, so let's come off it. We've got our clouds here, so let's just roughly put in a bit of a mountain, but trying to keep some of your clouds, okay? And just come off the painting like that. So we've got our mountain, and in hindsight, a wiggly line coming off your mountain, does that camera pick that up? It is showing you where ridges and gullies are within your mountain system. So we're just going to put some black gesso on here, and we want to come at least to there because that's going to be the bottom where the lake is, okay? Okay, Jordan, so just pencil in the top of your mountain line there. Go up into the sky a bit, yeah, kid, up. That's it. And come off about here somewhere. That's it. Now we're going to black this in. I'm going to use just this flat 2-inch brush, but I don't want to go under the water line, okay? So I want to grab some black gesso onto my brush, and I want to get the top of it reasonably tight. So I'll make a bit of a ridge there. And we're going to paint this in. Come up, a bit more of a ridge. Don't worry if you've lost the shape of your mountain. That's just an idea, a general idea where you're going to go with it. So that's virtually what you want to do, Jordan, on your one.
Okay.
All right, Jordan, you give that a go. Press it firmly, relax with it. Just get the edge nice and tight and sharp.
Something like that, kind of?
Yep. Now bring it down.
Like this?
Yep, just keeping the edge tight. Follow roughly your line there. That's it, keeping the edge nice and sharp. Okay, Jordan, we've mapped in my painting and your painting. Now we're going to put the colours in the mountain. So for a acrylic painting, we've mapped it in and we've dried it. We've blow dried it. So we've got some greys down here, some white and some blue. So let's work out where we want our darker colours, okay? Now we'll come from the middle here. Now see this line here? That's the ridge we want to make in our painting. Sort of like that, okay? That's what we're making. We're going to make one off this ridge here as well, somewhere like that, and maybe something off this one. So we can just sort of get our brush and in an artistic way, scratch that down from there, sweeping it to the lay of the land. It's looking a bit quite dumbulated at the moment because we're in the early stages of making our mountain. And we'll get some of this there like that. Okay, now we'll pick up, we've just got some phthalo blue here, we're just going to pick up some of this, and in the deeper pockets of this we want to add that phthalo blue down there, just down there, scissor it into your grey you've just put, just like that, lightly does it and feel what's happening on your brush, and we'll do the same over here. It's still got some grey in there, it doesn't matter, we're scissoring it into that grey there. And over here, we'll get some of this scissored into that grey. Don't wipe all that grey out. Add the blue back here and scissor it into it. Pick up some more because it's just looking black there. All right. There we go. Now we'll wash that brush. Then we're going to pick up the white and we'll come to the opposite side of those ridges. Load your brush up like a chisel. And then we're going to come and find that line there and scrape it down. Okay? Like that. And you can let it break up if you want. See how that's breaking up? Mm-hmm. Over here. Do the same here in that same fashion. You're sort of coming out and fanning down into nothing. Just like that, see? It's very simple. Come from there and fan out. Because then we want to get the bottoms of it a bit blurry. Now we're going to add some more elements of white here just to fix that blue up. And if it comes to the point where we've got to add more blues or whites, so be it. But that's roughly what we're doing with our mountain. We'll get some more white over here. That's going to be covered up there. Now we'll soften these blues back into it. Okay, we've got the blue again. Now let's start detailing that blue again back into the mountain, not killing our ridges. Up into the grey there. Then we're going to duvallaki the grey back into the blue. And I'll talk you through yours, Jordan, so you can know what to do. Mm-hmm. See, I'm going to wipe the brush, all that blue off it, and I want to get this, just see, and watch, I can merge that a lot more nicer looking, and then I can put the white back over that. Same with here, blend and scrumble that together. You're just mucking around, keeping those ridges though. Okay, we're going to fix up some more of this blue along here, dance it into the white, so it's a bit more neater of a transition of the two colours. And see, I'm getting these strokes and I'm playing them back there. I'm not just putting them there and hoping for the best and go, oh, it didn't work out good. You've got to play with your brush strokes. Okay? You could probably get a bit dancing up there just to give it some sort of dark values. Then we will grab our lighter colour again and go again, but washing the brush as we go. Now we're going to grab our white again, Jordan, the titanium white, and we want to really crisp up some of this snow on there. And if you want to dry your painting, for you at home, if you want to dry your painting, you can dry it as well. So you comes to a point where you don't want your colours to mud up.
Yeah. I know who I'll give that painting to.
And we're just highlighting bits here and there where we can sprinkle some down into the blue again, and some over here. We want this mainly white on this side, because if anything, my light is now coming from the left hand side the way this has been brush stroked. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a perfect mountain, but it's one you can do in acrylic and it looks like a mountain. It's got shadows and ridges and highlights and lowlights there, okay? Now I've finished detailing that as much as I can. I've just got the dirty paint, the white mainly, put the white in the brush and wipe it off. And if anything, it's a bit bluey, but I want to just use it to create mist at the bottom of the mountain here. So I'm just going to you can use any brush you like for this. Maybe this one isn't the right one to use, but I'll just have a look in the monitor. It's looking misty, it's working. So we'll get this. So there's very little on the brush, Jordan.
Yeah.
But it's misting the bottom of the mountain up with mist, which is what we want. You put too much on your brush, it's like putting a big blob of paint there that you weren't meant to put on there. Okay? Yeah. And it pays to have it dry. Now I'm putting more white on there. I'm wiping it off because I want some more aspects of mist up here somewhere. See, some of that paint was wet there, so it's sort of mudded up. You've got to be careful. If things aren't working, work out why and dry them. So we're misting all this up along the bottom of the mountain there. And if you want, yeah, that's looking quite misty. We could probably drag this cloud back in front of that bit there, give it the illusion that it's in front of the mountain. Yeah, that sort of worked for that. Yeah, just keep to that edge line first and let it fade down into nothing. That's it. Keep them flat, start coming flatter. Yeah, bring them, that's it. That's it.
Just trying to get rid of some of them.
So now you're putting that blue in at the end of your grey. There you go.
But not.
Follow your lay of the land with your brush strokes. Every now and then you can bring, or don't go too deep into it.
How's that looking?
Yeah. Remember, the lay of your land is the way you do your strokes. Alright Jordan, add your whites there. We've done one side. Show 'em. Load your brush up if you need it as well.
Oh, I shouldn't really need much.
Blend that into the blue. Come over to the blue and get it right into that blue. Let's follow the same lines, that's it. And you're just sort of scraping that with your brush. Okay. Yeah, keep touching that grey up, Jordan, because what you've done here, it's kissing it to the white. Take your time getting to the white. Don't just kill all that white edge, otherwise you've got to go back to the white again. Yeah, get that one done. Don't go too much into the white, otherwise you're going to lose the shape. Okay. Alright Jordan, I think we're ready to put a bit of a foreground on here now, eh?
Bit of green.
Bit of green, you got your clouds, you got everything there.
Yeah.
Okay Jordan, we're going to put some ground cover in front of those mountains. So we've got dioxine purple. I'm going to load it on my brush like this, get a bit of blue on there. Let's see what white turns it into. That's the colour we want, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to wet it so it'll come off the brush easier. And then we want to start sitting this down. Just something in the distance across the front there. I want to go a bit darker. I feel it's not dark enough. There we go.
Yeah, a bit more blue, yeah.
A bit more purple, dioxine purple. And this is sort of going to come over those black bits there into the water, and then we'll change it up. Now I'll put some more white into that paint just to sit that down, because this is the distance. We're going to have green in front of this. We just didn't want green all the way back there. Okay, just something there. Now I'm going to use forest green, and then we want to start laying this over the black and just dance in, leaving some of the darks there, picking up this green a lot.
Then
We want to stamp that in over that mess. Leaving some of the darks there. And then I'm going to pick up some yellow green. Now without cleaning the brush, I was going to use yellow green, but I'll just use mid yellow because it'll turn into a yellow green anyway. That paint's wet on the canvas up there. And this is going to highlight, so we want to sort of come from the tops of this and dribble it into the field. And this will create the different lays of your field, Jordan. So we're going to come up here on the top of that, leaving some of the darks in there. Okay, can you see what's happening?
Yeah.
And it's just looking like a beautiful fresh American field somewhere there. And we can come here into the... So the brush is on its side, laying down horizontally to the painting. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
We can probably trace a little bit in there, see what that does with the purple. I'm not an expert on colours, but that's not too bad. Okay. Now, I'm picking up some more yellow on the brush, and I want to make this one more, so I want to sit that far one back with this colour. Dribble that into there, so we're sitting this back from this section here. Okay, we've just got more yellow. It's all mudding up together there. We can randomly bring that here. Okay. Then just wipe that brush, don't worry about cleaning it. I'm picking up some raw sienna dark, and we want to bring this one in front of that one, so we're going to sink that one back now, okay? Just something like that. So let's muted that down there. Alright, what I'm doing now, sometimes you're not happy with your work. I'm mudding all this together. That purple I'm not quite happy with, so whatever's happening over here is changing the colour of it. We'll kick up a few trees there if we can. I'm just going to grab my fan brush and grab some of that darker colour, whatever it is, and I just want to scratch up some distant trees there if we can. There we go. This is just the what do you call it? The black gesso I'm using, and I'm just scraping it up with me fan brush, me coarse fan brush, and I'll put some here. Alright, you got your green paint, just start stamping on over that black.
Like this kind of, oops.
Okay, go. Okay, now load some yellow onto your brush. Stamp on your patterns however you want to do your... Look in the monitor and give you an idea where you can go with your angles and your... Yeah, look at it. Look at it in the monitor. It's beautiful. Work it out. Load up more paint if you need it. Okay, Jordan, there's your painting coming along. And mine up here. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to sit this landmass down. So the best way to do that is we'll have a bit of white. Make sure it's your brush has been dipped in water a bit, so it's going to come off your brush a bit. And we're going to use this bit like a knife. And sit that down. How's that looking? Come under here, scrape it out. Okay, let's go again. Get some white dancing out of here, sitting those banks down. And we can have some water movement on the edge of the banks here. And then we can also put some water movement in the actual water if you like. Now I want that bit right up in the horizon, nice and stark, meaning nice and bright. Some bits there. If anything, you want to draw your eyes into the middle of your painting. You want a nice light source there. This is obviously a lake that it's sitting on. It's not the ocean or a river, it's a big lake. And we just dance across the water like that. If you want, I normally put a little bit of darker values with me water there. Like I've just picked up some of the French ultramarine blue, and you could see what's happening there. I'm kissing it with those white pieces. So we've got distinct dark highlights and light highlights on our water surface. And down here, because you need the darks and the lights together. So that's virtually what you're going to do to your painting, Jordan, alright?
No.
Put your water highlights on there. Just keep them straight. Just scrape along. Keep them long. Do some long ones. Try and keep them straight.
Oh, mine aren't straight.
Well, take your time. That's it, like that. Because this is, put some close together, some not. You know, because this is an interactive paint, I'll show you what it can do. Push hard, push harder, but that's it. Give some fat ones and skinny ones. It might look like a dog's breakfast at the moment. Okay, now you've wiped your brush. Come back over here, don't run away. You've just wet it a bit. Now, watch, we can merge that with the blue. Let me get on that side so I can show the people what this interactive paint does. We've wet it. You want to keep it straight, and this is putting our, see, I'll wipe the brush, I'll wet it again, and that's it.
I want to add a bit of darkness.
To the water. Okay, just stroke some of that in there then.
So,
Nice and light.
like that.
Yeah, try and keep them straight.
Putting it where the white is.
Some in the middle of the water there. Alright. Work it out if it needs 1, 2 or 3 passes on one, whatever, just work it out. There you go, so long as you're happy with you.
Yeah, that's good. Happy with that.
Alright, Jordan, we're coming along, eh? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You happy with your outcome so far?
Mm-hmm.
Good on you. So what we can do, looking at mine on the right hand side there, we'll just put a, you know, like a evergreen tree,
Yes.
like they have in America. Bob Ross has done a lot of those in his paintings. So, because young Jordan here has looked at a lot of Bob Ross paintings, and like we've showed you in the beginning, so I'm just showing you how he can do it in acrylic. So we'll dry that so it's not going to mud up on us.
Yeah.
And then we can put our evergreen tree and some shrubbery and finish it off and sign it, alright?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to get my darkest green and work out, we'll put one way up here. One's going to go about there, okay? And we'll probably put something out here. Oh, they're a bit fat, aren't they? I've never done evergreens. I mean, I have, but I don't do many of them. So, alright, we'll get a nice finer point on there if we can. Actually, my flathead brush will be good for that. I can get skinny lines with them. Look at that. That's what I should have used. And then maybe if I put another one here somewhere, look at that skinnier line. That's better. You can use a flathead brush, Jordan.
Yep.
See if I've never done these. So let's see how we go. Anyway, now we'll grab our fan brush, and using just the tip of it, we'll put our... Have you done these trees before, Jordan?
No.
So see how I'm using the tip of it?
Yeah.
And we're sort of scissoring it down, and we're going to come a bit fatter and a bit out, but leaving some air in between your branches here. Coming down there. Just like that. We'll get to the bottom so far, like so. And then we'll do the same here. I'm going to come so I can go like that. And then I'm going to slowly seesaw it out like an evergreen. Is that looking like an evergreen to you, Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. I've got my paint a little bit wet so it's transferring off properly. And then we'll bomb up the bottom just like that. And then we'll put this little sucker in there as well. We'll do one here. It was probably a bit close to that. Anyway, we've done that. Now we've used our forest green. Let's just pick up some yellow. I'll mix it into there a little bit like that. on the corner there. And then, all right, we'll do the back trees first. So we're going to do a bit on there. Find these branches, which is about there. That's it. That's that back one. Okay. Did you see what I've done there? And now we'll put this one on. We're going to... That first green was the depth. This is the actual tree itself. And we're lacing him on with some beautiful green colours there. And the same with these. Okay, beautiful. And then this one. I like the way some of it's mudding and scratching together. It's looking real wet and tree-like. That looks very tree-like to me. There's... I'll get a bit more lighter in there. I've lost a bit there, just there. Now I've just put some simple shrubs here, but I want to dry it first. Okay, I've dried that because I've had a bit of a mistake, so I'm starting again. So I've done the black gesso, I've dried it, and I'm getting the forest green, leaving some blacks in there, okay? Don't want to kill too many of the blacks. That'll do it. Simple as that. I just want to bring a bit of mid-yellow into the bottom of these shrubs, so it's sort of like some flat ground cover. I don't care if it goes a bit greeny, but that's what I want in there. Just so we've got some flat ground cover coming out of the bottom of these shrubs here. Now I'm getting my scenery brush again. I'm picking up some yellow green, stamping it on my 1.5 inch scenery brush, and I want to work out what I want in front and behind and blend like this. So I want that there. See, I want one coming here, pushing this back there, like that's a shrub there. Okay, we've got another one there. Don't forget to leave darks at the bottom. Put one there, we'll put something there. Just, how's that look? Don't overdo it. There we go. There's our shrubs, and we can get a bit of yellow on that if we like, just to maybe highlight some of this green grass in there. Is that going to work or not? Oh, it sort of does. You know, you're arting around there. I'm not going to muck around and put any trunks in there, because people know a plant has shrubs anyway. They're there, alright? Nice and skinny at the top and then come down. Okay. Just take your time.
Yeah, see how I...
Well, don't go bigger up there. You want to come down and then come bigger. Don't go bigger at the top. Move your brush around. Pick up some more paint. So you're making them big and thick. You want them on the edge of the brush. Get
Yeah,
the
I know. That's what that's the mistake I've always
Right.
made with evergreens.
Not too big up there. Not too fat, not too fat. Nice and light, control what you're doing. Leave some bigger gaps between it, go down the tree a bit more. More, see how heavy you pushed on that?
Yeah.
Just little taps. Okay. Yeah, stamp in that shrubbery. Get the top first, how you want it, and then you can fill in the rest. Load your brush up some more. You don't have to bang the hell out of it. Stab it into the brush, that one, that's it. Now get the top, how you want your top batten to be, however, whatever. Get that done first, and then you can fill in the rest. Alright. And work your way into the bottom of the bush. Don't go too high up into the bush. Push it out there, that's it. And just fill that corner in, that's it. Alright. Yeah, just keep adding that yellow green, nice and soft. Lighter, see how you're making it solid? Get right up to the top of that black and Dab it and that's it. Don't over-solid. You're doing it too heavy again. Too heavy. Just lighten up. Lighten up and all over. See how over here we've done it like that?
Yeah, I can't do that.
You can. Cover the top of it like that. That's all it takes. One little thing. And then we'll try and bring this down a bit.
Grease is on.
Yeah. And then we're going to, we'll just put something at the bottom. But that's all it is. Not, you were kind of, you see what I mean? You were sort of blending it in.
Yeah.
Okay. The more you do it. Now see how we've lost that? We can put that back with some forest green. If we've lost too much of the dark, you can put it back.
I reckon that looks good.
Alright Jordan, that's pretty much it, what you've done there. We'll just put a signature on our paintings here. I'll do mine in the bottom lower corner here. So just anywhere there, do you? That's it. JR, Jordan Ray. Alright Jordan, we'll just put a frame on the painting here and see how they look. There you go. There's a frame on mine, and we'll put the frame on Jordan's. There we go, it gives you an idea. That's Jordan's painting right there. Now that ain't too shabby for a beginner, side by side with me. I'm not the best at these evergreens anyway, but we got something that resembles them, and we've got some shrubbery there. It's Jordan's take on a bit of Bob Ross. So, did you enjoy yourself?
Yes.
Not bad, eh? And your painting looks quite alright with the frame on it.
I reckon so.
I think it looks a bit better than mine. Anyway, Jordan had fun. I hope you all had fun out there. If you like what I did, tell your friends, but if you don't, you tell everybody. All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya!